Hey, this is Ken from Coffee Crafters, and I want to do a quick video on how to change the dosing block in our fill and seal for iFill cups. And the new model comes with 5 different dosing blocks from 2.25 cubic inches to 2.71 cubic inches, depending on how much coffee you want in your cup. But we had a little bit of confusion when people were changing the block, so we thought we'd do a quick video. So to change a dosing block, we have a 2.61. So on the dosing blocks, the top side of the dosing block, you can tell that side that goes in has the number on it of the cubic inches of the hole. So that's the orientation of how it goes in. And to change it, it's really simple. There's a pin that holds the block in on the side. And it's the part that stops the block going forwards and backwards. So we just take the pin out, and here we go. And slide the pin out. So, and then the block will come right out. So the important thing on this is the top of the block housing has to be making contact with the top of the block so that it doesn't bleed coffee grounds out when you pull it out. So I'm going to take the 2.61 out, and I'm going to put the small one in because this is where the confusion has been. So when you put it in, there's a big gap on here. And so what we have to do is we have to loosen up the 4 nuts on the sides. These are 11 30-seconds. So I have 11 30-second nut driver. I'm just going to loosen those up so I can move this top part down. There it goes. So when we move that down, we don't want it too tight so we can't pull the block out. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pin in there to hold it in place. Go ahead and put the pin in. Okay, and now I can, so this will come right off if you pull it off, but I'm just going to leave it on there. Make sure that these are loosened up enough that the whole top part of the housing goes down, and then we can make our final adjustments. So I got it down, I can feel it making contact, and so I want to test it to make sure that it's still moving freely. So it's in a good spot right now. So I'm just going to tighten that up. Move that side down. There we go. So that was it. That's a quick change. One of the things that we also found, and we found this in the shop here when we were, because we use this machine all the time to make K-Cups in the shop. There's a little boot back here. So when the carriage slides across, this part of the carriage goes underneath that, and we put that there so that if you get really excited when you're flipping those out, you're not trying to flip this out of the track. What can happen though is coffee grounds can get down in there, and if they pack that out and this starts moving out, pretty soon your door starts running in, and if you ever have that happen, you just have to vacuum that out right there. So that's it. Pretty quick change. You just make sure that it's moving freely. If you tighten it down, sometimes when you tighten it down, it gets a little weird pressure and you got to adjust it a few times to just make sure that it moves freely going back and forth so it doesn't hang up when you're operating it. And that's it.